So what is the connection between de novo fatty acid and performances? Maximizing de novo fatty acid maximizes butter fat. So if we look at the correlation here, this is the de novo grams per 100 grams of milk compared to butter fat. We see that the correlation is quite strong, 0.66 or 66%. The darker blue dots here are Holsteins, and the pinkish dot up here are the Jerseys. The other breeds are somewhere in between the two. So we can see that the correlation is quite strong. Again, de novo compared to butter fat, 0.66. If we add the mixed fatty acid in this analysis and look de novo plus mixed compared to butter fat, we see that the correlation is even stronger, being 0.73. So quite a good correlation for de novo with butter fat. When we do the same sort of analysis but compare de novo fatty acid with true protein, we see that de novo compared to true protein, the correlation again is really strong, being 0.66. So again, these are Holstein herds and the pinkish ones are Jerseys and other breeds are somewhere in between. When we look at the de novo and the mix compared to true protein, again, really strong correlation of 0.64. When we look at the correlation with preformed fatty acid, we see that the correlation is weaker. So preformed compared to butter fat, our correlation is 0.22 or 22%. And with true protein, same thing. Well, it's actually really weak, almost 0% correlation. So the preformed and the true protein don't really seem to be correlated with one another. So that's why that our approach is always to look at de novo fatty acid first, because we expect a greater effect on butterfat and true protein by improving de novo fatty acids. Sometimes the preformed fatty acids, they will be below average, but the herd performances will still be very good. So this is an example here. If we just read through this profile, we see that butterfat content of the producer is a little above provincial average, so close to 4.3% butterfat. Protein is a little below average, but really, really close to average. And if we look at the fatty acid profile, so we start from the bottom and go up. So we start with de novo. De novo are quite above average in this particular case, mixed as well. And if we look at the preformed fatty acid, they are below provincial average. This herd is producing 33.8 kilo of milk per cow in milk. So should we be aiming that all our fatty acids are close or above average? Well, not necessarily. If the producer's objectives are met and he's happy with the production that the cows are doing and the fat content and protein content and everything seems to be going good in the farm, we don't necessarily have to have all the fatty acid groups above average. But we discuss objective, we make sure that everything is in order where the producer wants to be, and we also have to evaluate the profitability of having all of these curves above average. So we have to find the optimal profile for each herd. A little bit like months. Some herds will run months at 7 and everything will be good, production will be good, and some herds will have to run months at 11 to have similar performances. So we have to find the optimal profile for every herd.